Watkins out right, singled up with Burnett. Gronkowski, they blitz Burnett. Here's Gronkowski now going to throw for the end zone, and it's caught! Touchdown! Raiders! Louis Murphy in the back corner of the end zone with 9 seconds to go. The Raiders have beaten the Pittsburgh Steelers here at Heinz Field. 27-24 is the final score.
Here we go to win the game or lose the game. It's all right here. Matt Schaub out of the gun. First and goal. Back. Final play. Time. He can run for it. He pumps now. He throws. It's intercepted by Michael Hupp. The Oakland Raiders have won the game. 25-20. The Raiders win today in Houston, and they do it for Al Davis.
You know, the things I still, you know, as I'm speaking, I want to, because he was very private all the way to the end, and he's always going to be private, and I think he's going to want his privacy even after he's gone. He wants things told his way and the way he viewed things. So it's hard for us to say, you know, what he was thinking here. A lot of times he wouldn't talk. You could tell he was mad or happy, but he wouldn't say it a lot in front of a lot of people. So you really have to kind of gauge yourself what he would want stated about him even now. So some of the stories I'm thinking of, I'm probably going to tell at a later time.
All right.
Maybe Monday. Is there any way right now to gauge the void of his absence there in Houston? I mean, you spoke about how the players, everything was different when he was around. Now that he's passed, is there any way, as you walk around the hotel, to gauge where the team is sort of mentally with this enormous void suddenly handed them a day before a game? I mean, do you see, I mean, how would you verbalize that void, I guess, is the best way I can ask this.
Well, I think those of us that have been around a long time, it's profound. I don't even, it would dawn on me tomorrow the Raiders are going to play a football game where the coach is not going to have Al Davis to answer to after the game. And, you could laugh at that and snicker, but it changes things. It's different. His presence was overwhelming in every way, in a good way, though. He's the one who built this roster. If these are all his players. The one thing I would say about it is that because of his health growing worse this particular season, he has not been around the team at all, really. He traveled with us the one time to Denver for the opener. Did not go to Seattle for the final preseason game. The other one was in San Francisco. He was there, but he didn't travel with us, obviously, in a local game like that, and he did not go to Buffalo and did not come here. So the team, I think, itself is insulated in knowing that he's not around. So I really don't think it'll have a tangible impact on the team tomorrow. I would hope that they would play with an emotional level that would be like when the Giants lost Wellington Mara a few years ago. Now, they played that game at home, so it's different. But I would hope that the emotion will be there. But you worry about them peaking too much. It's pro football, and Houston's very good. So as far as tomorrow, I don't know what impact it'll have. You'll have to ask the players after the game. But what I'm concerned about is when they pack up and fly home on Sunday night, the whole world is different now. Al Davis is no longer here. And that's...
Well, Greg, I'm not just saying this...
As far as running the running of the football team is... It's just hard. He did everything. Al ran the entire football team. So you got a trade deadline coming up in a week, and you've got situations that come up, and I'm sure Hugh Jackson and the staff will handle things. But these are things that Al Davis did right up until he went to sleep last night.
Greg, I know it's not easy for you to talk right now. A true professional. I mean, for you to come on and talk with us for the last 20 minutes and shed so much light on this, I'm not just saying this because we work together. Few people can tell a story like Greg Papa. And, man, you've just made so many people's day just now by coming on and just telling those personal stories of Al Davis. Get some rest, my friend. Hang in there and have a safe flight back to the Bay Area. You know, a lot of people are going to be counting on you to share more of those stories. Thank you so much, Greg.
Okay, Henry. I'll see you when I get home. Thanks, Ray.
All right, Greg.
Look what we got here. Exclusive. Steve Mariucci, longtime NFL coach, is here in town this morning. Good to see you, Mooch, first of all.
Yeah.
And you're here to talk to Carson Palmer.
Did a little interview with Carson.
Yeah.
It's quite a story. Here he goes from the Bengals to out of football for a little bit, and then all of a sudden, here we go. And he's got this team playing very well and a playoff run. It's going to be fun stuff.
What he is doing to me is historic. It's never been done before where you bring a guy in. He did not go to training camp with the Raiders. He joined him in October. How is he coming in and making it look so easy?
You know what he said that was interesting is that he was getting tired. You know, because he worked in June and July to get ready for the season. Well, the season didn't happen in time. So he sort of, he said the old man workout, which is like what you and I do. and then all of a sudden this happens, and now he's got to put his body and his mind and his emotions through the rigors of pro football in mid-season. So he felt he got a little tired, and he's got his legs back, and he's like through training camp now, and now I think he's ready to go, but he's played pretty darn well. For not having any training camp.
He's a smart guy, too.
Yeah.
He's not just skilled. He knows the cerebral aspect of the game.
As you know, quarterbacks that make it are smart guys. They have to be. There's so much to it.
How do you see the AFC West?
I know I'm in Raiderville here. I thought the San Diego Chargers would win the division, okay? Well, they've lost 6 in a row. Okay, that's a shocker. Here's the Tim Tebow thing in Denver. They've won 4 in a row. So this division's turned upside down, and it's anybody's to win, but the Raiders certainly in the driver's seat.
Al Davis passed away here in October. Did he ever reach out to you? I know he would bring you up periodically.
There were times we'd sit together on the way back from the combine, and we talked about a lot of things, about how he became, you know, from a coach to a commissioner to own this team, and he was telling me how he did it on a napkin.
Maybe Al's greatest strength was identifying coaching talent, future coaching talent, going back to, you know, John Madden, and then Tom Flores, and then more recently Mike Shanahan and John Gruden.
Young guys.
Most of them, yeah. Is Hugh Jackson is so early. He's not even through his first year.
Yeah, but
is he in that vein?
He's passing the test. Good coach. He's got a good staff put together. And I think the team believes in him. And that's where you want to have your team.
First place in the AFC West with 5 to go. The Raiders must be good. Mariucci's in town. Hopefully we'll see you like once a week, right?
I almost got my Raider colors on.
You do?
It
looks kind of silver and black.
Almost, yeah.
Good to see you.
Yeah, thanks.
Of course, when we went back to Oakland, most of the people there knew me before, and cause they still stayed fans, even though we were in LA, and they knew. And when I parked my car and walk into the stadium through the parking lot and all the tailgates, people were always yelling at me and smiling and coming over and wanting to take a picture and offer me a rib or sausage or something that some of it smells pretty good too. And so they're very, very generous in their comments, supportive, and in their support for me. And so it's fun. It's a great feeling. You know, of course, I don't have a record anymore. They knew I won, and that's what they remember the most, that I won. And they want to say, hey, you got to come back. You got to come back. It's yeah, well, if I were younger, probably would. 76 was John's year. Mine was 80. And so it was, we were in transition, new coach. Like I said, there were maybe 11, 12 guys left from the 76 team, and that was a great football team. And we had kind of put it together with new people, some veterans, and some young players, and a quarterback that was supposedly washed up. So it felt good. I mean, it felt good, but you don't think about that as you're doing it. You never have time to think of it. You're just too busy doing this, doing that, and doing that, and doing that. You're coaching. You get the flu, you still coach. One of the biggest games we had that year was a Monday night game in Pittsburgh early in the year. And we won the game, and Jim had a big game, and I coached. I had the flu, I had fever, temperature, the chills, but you don't call in sick in football. And it was still a great feeling. On the way back that night, we didn't get back till about 4 or 5 in the morning, but it was a great feeling. So all those things reflect in your mind once that game is over, because that is your last game of that year, and but you don't have time to do any of that prior to. And if you do take the time to do it, you're not going to get ready for the next one.
You're going to be in Oakland for very long with all these rumors swirling about a move to L.A. What do you know about that?
Well, there's always rumors. You know, they sign a year-to-year lease, and right now the rumor is that the Chargers and the Raiders are going to build a stadium and share it in Carson. I don't know about that. I mean, I can't see the Chargers and Raiders sharing anything, really, to be honest with you. But they do need a new stadium. The worst three stadiums in all of pro football were in California. Now there's only two. All you have to do is go around and see all the different stadiums around the league and see how bad ours is and how bad San Diego's is. And we need a stadium. But having said that, where are they going to get the money to do it? That's the real issue. But I know that the Davis family, Mark Davis and his mom, Carol, they do not want to move the team. They love Oakland. That's where it belongs. And that's where I think they should be, even though one of my Super Bowls was in L.A., and we had fun for a while in Tinseltown, but that's where it started. But it would be an easier commute for me because I live in Palm Springs, so I could just drive.
And, Tom, it is all about you, so I hope they move to L.A.
I'm a selfish guy.